What's happening, party people? Just want to have a quick conversation about sales and the space and what it means. Because sometimes people will have some different levels of experience. Maybe you did some retail and you were selling, and you might get whatever, 2, 3%, maybe more. Perhaps you have some experience working in the cellular industry, their sales, but it's very structured. There's a very specific system. And again, the commission splits are relatively low. The incentives are not super awesome, but you might get a salary and some bonuses, etc. So there are different faces and forms of sales. I know and believe with every fiber of my being, 100% commission is where it's going to be the most lucrative and the greatest opportunities. And again, that has different faces. Like some of my friends that do real estate, they're going to spend an inordinate amount of time in those first 2, 3, 4 years building their foundation and their networks and getting to know people, getting themselves out there, doing a lot of showings, having a lot of meetings and appointments that don't amount to anything, but it's really building their level of knowledge and expertise, helping them to ask better questions, to better form their prospects so that they can actually create a funnel of people that will eventually buy. Because not everyone that you show a house is going to buy today, obviously, but it's a building process and it takes time. Now, the reason that, real estate, for example, has a dropout ratio of whatever, 85, 90% within that first 12 months is because it's hard. It's not easy. If it were easy, everybody would do it, but that's why it's so rewarding and it's so lucrative. Once you break through that initial trial by fire period that every real estate agent goes through. And I don't know any real estate agents, by the way, who are successful. And I'm talking about real estate agents that are doing, 300 to 500 million to $1 billion a year in sales. They're not working, they're working at least 6 to 7 days a week, and their phone is always on, always. Like, I don't know anyone that's not always on. And when they turn it off, it might be 8, 9 o'clock at night, and then they hit it back again the next day. And that is what it is. But if if you're passionate about it, it's not, it's a little bit of a different fit. So there are different levels and different forms. And again, people sell timeshares, people sell land, people sell services. There are different options that you have. Now, I'm going to give you a biased perspective on this because I'm in the consumer goods space. So I look at the market and I say, okay, what's something that everybody's going to be doing regardless, whether I get involved or not? And like real estate, they're going to buy and they're going to shop. Like most people that you know and I know, they shop, right? So the second question that I asked was, well, what's the separator? What makes these particular consumer goods and products stand out from what everybody else is getting access to at the big box stores? Like there's a mega billion-dollar conglomerate that, is responsible. There's like 10 or 11 companies responsible for over 90% of what's being sold in the marketplace. And when you look at that, I need to know what's going to make us stand apart. And so it took us about 5.5 years of doing a lot of digging, a lot of trial and error to identify the right space and vehicle within the consumer goods dynamic. Meaning, so if you go to any big box store, okay, and you know what I'm talking about, I don't have to name names, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of the stores are being boycotted right now because they have a lot of harmful toxins and chemicals and things that are making people sick, as well as they're being boycotted for other reasons too. And I'm looking at what we promote, and that is a clean, organic, non-toxic product and consumable line. So that's number one. So we separate ourselves by making products that are actually good for human consumption, that are not filled with harmful chemicals and toxins, parabens, gluten, etc., that bring harm to the human body. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we've been doing it and perfecting it because we are the formulators, the manufacturers, the distributors. Everything is done in-house. There's no third party. There's no white labeling. Everything is done here at home. And it's the freshest source from start to finish to your front doorstep. That was another separator because when you go to any big box store, I can assure you that whatever you're buying off the shelf is coming from multiple different countries and different ports, and it's been touched by many hands by the time it gets to you. That's why there's so many harmful toxins and chemicals, because it's cheaper to do it that way. Labor and production is far cheaper overseas than it is here. And we don't engage in that. So we're not affected by tariffs. We're not affected by trade wars. We're not affected by any of that because everything we do is here. Point number 3, because it's homegrown and we've been perfecting this process for 40 years, meaning our products are top shelf, meaning that they're not only better, but they're better for you, man. Now here's another separator. The pricing is similar, if not better. So more often than not, you'll have the opportunity to save some money in getting these better, higher quality products. And we're backing them with a 90-day empty bottle money back guarantee. So when you bring that level of integrity to the system, and you bring a product offering that people can really get a lot of value from, but also have a great experience with, when you give people the opportunity to rid their homes of the harmful chemicals and toxins that are laden within the laundry room and on the shelf, and they don't know. Like, I didn't know what I didn't know either. I didn't know. I just did what I saw, when I was growing up. So when I had the opportunity and we saw we could get all of those harmful toxins and chemicals out of our house and replace them with things that were organic, clean, and non-toxic, and more effective, and no safety caps because they don't need them, and looking at the dynamic of, hey, did you know that when you look at the mega billion-dollar conglomerates, there's literally over 50,000 current pending or current lawsuits in action because people have died or they've been severely harmed by using these products and consumables, whereas we haven't paid out one dime for any claim in 40 years. Why? Because our products are safe, they're clean, organic, and non-toxic, and they're affordable. So we're simply showing people how to switch to a better option. Now, if you understand business, because Warren Buffett said what you like to do, that can be your hobby, but what the world likes to do, you want to make that a business. And as I said at the beginning, you and I know a bunch of people that shop all the time. So I just offer people the opportunity to shop, to switch where they shop and experience a higher quality product that's cleaner, safer, non-toxic, and organic. And if they have any issues, they have a 90-day empty bottle money back guarantee. And on top of that, we have over 400 products in our line. So there's so much to choose from. Invariably, you're going to have a great experience. There's a reason. Okay, listen to this very carefully, that we have a 96% rate of retention with all of our shoppers. So that means 96% of people that shopped last month are going to shop again this month. Why? Because we back it up with high quality and a great experience. And on top of that, our customer service is world class. So if you want to get some information, if you want to have the experience of what we're doing in this business and how we're having the success that we're having, I'm happy to share an overview. It's a high-level overview. I will send that to you. Just get back to me after watching this video, and we'll take the next steps. So whoever sent this to you, if it wasn't me, if it's somebody else that sent it to you, just get back to them and say, hey, I'd love to get some more information. It sounds pretty awesome. And I definitely want to go beyond the capacity of exchanging hours for dollars. I'd love to be able to build something part-time that could eventually match my full-time income. And that is the opportunity that we have here. It's a business. It's good business. It's not MLM or network marketing. It's simple, solid, good business. So get informed, and look forward to seeing you on the overview.